Hello, grand risings to you. I know I'm back at it again. This is Back to the Basics. I am here with a Back to the Basics brief coming via Al Jazeera, English, their YouTube channel. Just take a moment and just listen to this.
The US has extended a waiver for Iraq to import Iranian gas and electricity despite American sanctions on Tehran, but this time it's been granted for just 30 days, whereas previous extensions were for more than 90. Iraq relies heavily on Iran to supply its power grid. You're up to date with the headlines. Got more news here on Al Jazeera right after Inside Story. Bye for now.
Will Yemen be divided into two countries again? Separatists backed by the United Arab Emirates declare self-rule in the south and a state of emergency. What does that mean for efforts to end Yemen's civil war? This is Inside Story.
Yes, Yemen's civil war. There's a reason why this is a part of the Back to the Basics brief.
Hello, welcome to the program. I'm Bernard Smith. Yemen's complex civil war has been going on for 6 years. It's aggravated decades-long divisions between North and South. They joined to form one country in 1990, but it's been an uneasy union. Now, secessionists in the South say they're going to govern alone. There were celebrations in Aden as the Southern Transitional Council declared self-rule and a state of emergency. The STC took over the southern port city last year after accusing the government of President Abd Rabbu Mansour Hadi of mismanagement and corruption.
We are
now in front of the Yemeni Central Bank in Aden after it was taken back by the southern forces led by the Southern Transitional Council, like the other vital infrastructure in the city. We hope this will be a real breakthrough that will be repeated in all the other liberated southern regions.
Last week, floods and torrential rains hit Aden hard. At least 21 people were killed. The STC says the government failed to respond to the emergency. Nationwide, 14 million Yemenis are on the verge of famine. President Hadi says the declaration of self-rule is catastrophic and dangerous. North and South Yemen were once independent states. The North became a republic in 1962. South Yemen was established 5 years later. They united in 1990, but tensions endured. 4 years later, the South tried but failed to secede. Now they're trying again, after 5 years of war started by a Saudi Arabia-UAE coalition that's tried to prop up.
Doesn't that look interesting? Saudi Arabia and the UAE coalition. A war. Okay, that's not even in their country. Doesn't that... Back to the story.
The internationally recognized Yemeni government. It had lost control of the capital Sana'a to Iran-backed Houthi fighters, and Al-Qaeda and ISIL were staging attacks. The Southern Transitional Council was set up in 2017. It's backed by the UAE. It's supposed to be part of a power-sharing deal with Yemen's government.
Supposed to be.
That now seems dead in the water. Let's bring in our guests in.
Now, I'm not going to go into all the commentators because then, once you get people adding their commentary, then it becomes a debate. But I did want you to hear this. Look at what's going on. Could you imagine being in the middle of a civil war and dealing with COVID-19? See, this is where we got to count our blessings, people. Not to mention in this report this morning on 27 April 2020 that the people are pretty much on the verge of famine over there. This is serious. We have certain people protesting in the United States about, feeling like they're a slave and, this is about their freedom. You see, we as a people are blessed. Be thankful that, you have a job, that, that a person or an individual has a job to actually go to. These people are on the verge of famine. They're in the middle of a civil war. Again, a coalition, Saudi Arabia and the UAE, the United Arab Emirates, up in there with their coalition in Yemen. Doesn't that look familiar? But getting back to, people protesting, you guys have no idea how blessed we have it right now. Could you imagine a civil war over here and dealing with COVID-19 at the same time? We might want to be more thankful. We should be more thankful and grateful. That could be us. And who's to say that in the future it could or could not happen? But anyway, this has been a Back to the Basics brief. And I will say, it is a Miracle Monday. It really is. And we should be thankful and grateful to the Most High for permitting us to be here another day. Shout out, of course, to Jazeera English. I don't copyright, steal anyone's material. I love you. As a sister, remember to practice self-care every day. Some form of self-care. Whether I highly recommend prayer, meditation. For those who are spiritual, reading from your spiritual text, whatever that may be. Take a walk, exercise, eat the right foods that we're supposed to be eating, drink water. Yes, drinking water is self-care. And that's all I can think of. But there's so many forms of self-care. There's aromatherapy, there's music therapy, art therapy. Hey, it's okay. Bust out a piece of paper and a pencil and start drawing. Hey, it's all good. But I love you. I pray that you have a good day, that the Most High will be with you, protect you, and guide your footsteps. Oh, one more thing. None of my statements are endorsed by the U.S. Army, Department of Defense, DOJ, or any other military branch or element. just for those who may or may not roll through here. I love y'all. I'm gone.